Hi, my name is Jo Stenhuet. I'm the Design Director of Mazda Motor Europe, and I'm happy today to give you a brief introduction of the design of the MX-30, our very first full electric vehicle. Of course, the design of the MX-30 is based on our design philosophy, which we call corridor. And for the MX-30, we wanted to explore the boundaries of corridor, and therefore we call the design concept of the MX-30 human modern. So a very modern, a very pure expression, but with a human touch and a link to the lifestyle of our customers. If you look at the basic design of the car, you will see the bottom area is dark, SUV-like, and it will protect your car in the city environment. Then you have on top, of course, beautifully honed surfaces of our bodywork. And then we have a very lightweight glass house on top with a coupe-like feeling, but don't worry, it has ample space on the inside. Going to the front, you can see the typical Mazda integration of headlamp and grille. But for the MX-30, we want them to have a more sympathetic and more friendly expression. So we reduced the size of the three-dimensional grille. And through LED technology, we were able to reduce the size of the headlamps as well. Talking about lamps, if you look at the rear lamps, you will see an identical light design with a circular element and a horizontal element, so that when you follow the MX-30 at night, you will recognize it as a true Mazda. Let me open the freestyle door so you can see my favorite view into the car. As you can see, with the doors open, you have an unrestricted view into the interior. Unrestricted because there is no fixed B-pillar. And it also allows you to see what we mean with our interior design philosophy, which we call Ma. And Ma is a Japanese word, which you can roughly translate as a pure, positive, empty space. So we always start from this pure architecture for the interior. And what we then did is add all the driver elements in the perfectly ergonomical position. So you have the cockpit, you have the center display and the center console. As you can see, the center console has this floating image that was possible because of the EV platform. And also underneath you can see we managed to create extra storage space. The freestyle doors also allowed us to create a sofa-like rear bench, a bit like a sofa at home, to emphasize this inviting feeling that we wanted for the interior. We will offer the car in two interior themes. First of all, the modern confidence that you can see here, combining the light gray with the white material, but we'll also have a theme called Industrial Vintage, which combines a dark gray seat material with a leather-like dark brown material. Now, Mazda is known for really beautiful interiors and beautiful materials, and of course, with the MX-30, we continue to do this, but we took it one step further and we developed, in line with the ecological image of the car, some really beautiful ecological materials. One of them is the 100% recycled PET material in the door panel. That's the light gray material here. It sounds hard and technical, but actually it has a beautiful texture and a soft touch. And then secondly, and that's my favorite, is the fact that we introduced cork into the interior of the MX-30 under the center console, but also in the door grip. And with the cork, we're introducing, of course, a functional element in the center console, but also we're bringing the nature into the car because we're using real cork, and you can actually still feel the texture of the cork. And then last but not least, with the cork, we're actually introducing the history of our company into the car, because as you might know, 100 years ago, we started Mazda as a cork manufacturing company. For me, the combination of our Ma interior design philosophy and the creation of these really beautiful ecological materials is why I love this interior so much.
Mazda committed itself to the joy of driving. We call it Jimba Itai, a Japanese term which expresses the unity between horse and rider. For us, it's more the harmonious relationship between car and driver. We want to deliver our unique joy of driving, but now with an electric powertrain. We have decided to use a 35.5 kilowatt-hours battery. With this lighter weight of the battery, we support the agility of the vehicle. And of course, with a lighter vehicle, we have less electricity consumption for driving. With this 35.5 kilowatt-hours battery, we are sure many customers can enjoy their daily mobility with 200 kilometers range on a single charge. Our electric vehicle system and its battery is fully protected by a double safety system. This consists of a very strong protective structure and an automatic high voltage shut-off mechanism. An overall electrical control system instantly cuts off the high voltage system as soon as abnormalities are detected. Physically, our battery pack is well integrated into the floor frame, consisting of high-strength material, and by this it is well protected. This additional frame gives the vehicle a superb ruggedness and supports the agile behavior of the vehicle, as well as giving additional protection to the passengers. Our Mazda MX-30 electric vehicle comes with two charging options: the standard AC power charging and the rapid DC power charging. We can charge the vehicle to 100% in around 4.5 hours using the AC standard charging. But we can charge about 80% within 40 minutes using the rapid DC power charging. Charging itself is made easy. The charging port is located at the rear end of the vehicle, and the necessary charging cables can be stored in the trunk. They are delivered with two different connectors for standard and CCS high-speed charging. On this connector we can also see the charging status, similar to the vehicle displays inside of the vehicle and on our My Mazda app on our smartphone.
Let me now invite you to a video test drive, and the car behind me is one of our MX-30 prototype vehicles. And normally those vehicles are strictly confidential, and we are showing this car today exclusively to you. When we are talking about prototype vehicles, you have to understand that we have many areas which will be not finalized so far. For example, the door panel and the fit and finish is not finalized, and also some warning lamps will be on. Nevertheless, this is a dynamic prototype, and we can already evaluate today the outstanding good performance in the dynamic area of the MX-30. Let me show you the trunk before we start the test drive. And as you can easily see, there's enough space for your daily life and for a vacation trip as well. So, let me first of all adjust the seat. The MX-30 offers a really natural and supportive driving position. And in addition to this, I will find here a cockpit which places me, the driver, directly in the center of the vehicle. And that's really important for our human-centric philosophy, because I can operate everything while I maintain in my ideal driving position. Here we have the new developed electrical gear shift system of the MX-30, and we decided by intention to have the gear shift system here in this position, because this is the most easiest way to operate a gear shift system. So you can see my smiling face because now I'm driving the MX-30. This car feels so natural. And one reason of this is that we have a complete new developed electric motor pedal, and this reacts directly to driver's intention by monitoring the pedal speed and pedal stroke to provide always the expected amount of torque. And that's why this car feels so natural. You might recognize that in the MX-30 we have shift pedals on the steering wheel, and you ask yourself why. Because an EV doesn't have gears to shift. And you are right. But we add the new functions here, and by these pedals you can adjust the acceleration and deceleration behavior of the MX-30 in 5 steps. I think you recognized already that it's quite easy for me to talk in this video, and one reason for this is that the MX-30 has a really silent cabin. We have here a perfect NVH performance, and this makes it easy for me to talk to you in this video, and it will be really easy for you in your own MX-30 to talk to your passengers or to enjoy the Bose sound system. What you now hear is our completely new developed, unique electric vehicle engine sound, which mirrors the delivered torque and intensity through the audio system. And that's really important because by this, the driver, but also the passengers, gets a feedback about the acceleration and deceleration behavior of the vehicle. Our range of eye-active sense systems helps us to create a stress-free and safe environment to experience joyful driving. I think you got a lot of really nice impressions today about the MX-30, about my own impression, and I wish you a lot of fun with your own MX-30.